Are you hurt? I'm fine. Don't worry. That's good to hear. Lin and Tianlong were recalled to headquarters already. And we just received news that Ruby came too. Ruby's awake? Right. Miss Lin said Ruby waking up might have something to do with us rescuing Dr. Rubilia. We better check on her since you don't have anything to do at the moment. I remember, in my dreams, there's a red eye in the sky.
A red eye?
The eye stared at us. I was so scared, so I ran away with Spark. I followed Spark and ran. But then Spark disappeared. I was all alone. Night fell and then... I don't remember what happened. All I remember is that it was dark and cold. Don't be afraid, Ruby. We're here with you.
You're back, Executor.
Miss Lin, how is Ruby?
Lyra said that Ruby woke up from a nightmare, but before she did, she mumbled the name Innes.
Inners?
Innis was the name of the second city built by Meroria to house its increasing population. It's located northwest of Meroria and extends all the way from an underground cave to the bottom of the sea. But Ruby has never been to that underwater city. I don't know how she knew about it. Besides, Ruby is yet to be able to accurately debrief us on what she saw in her dream. She does not even remember ever mentioning the name Innis. I mean, she was just woken up and is not completely stable. I plan to let her rest for a few days. Let's go check on Rubilia first. She's in another lab, under Archon Larson's watch.
Lynn, are you going away again?
We'll be back soon. I promise.
The doctor's brain activity remains at a low level. We've attempted to apply different amounts of weak electrical stimulation without success. Dr. Clive suggests that we transfer Dr. Rubilia to the listener testing ground for in-depth studies, but I feel that's...
We cannot treat Rubilia as one of them. We'll discuss this later. Tianlong, did you say Dr. Rubilia was found inside an abyssint?
More accurately, it's from inside the abyssint's brain. I'm not sure whether the abyssint evolved from Rubilia, or if she shared a kind of symbiotic relationship with it. The Crystamax implant caused changes in her, which made common low-level gray space entities see her as one of them. However, we have no way of knowing if this also works on higher-level abyssins and what the end stage of this evolution would be.
Sadly, the doctor is unable to communicate with us. But judging by Ruby's dreams, and how she mentioned Innis, the doctor must have important things to tell us.
Ruby said she saw a glowing red eye in her dreams. I wonder if she's talking about that alien ruin in the abyss. It does resemble an eye in a glance.
But Ruby has never been to the confounding abyss and seen the ruins.
Maybe Ruby and Rubilia share a special bond that links their senses or consciousness. Ruby's dream may be a projection of Rubilia's dreams.
I agree with Lynn. It also matches the data we found in the lab. The gray space entities share a hive consciousness. Rubilia and Ruby, and even that puppet singer, are all part of the same colony.
Right, that makes sense. The message Rubilia left in the abyss also clearly states that she's been affected by the voices in her head. That voice may come from a higher class abyssant. But these are all hypotheses. We'll have to wait for Dr. Rubilia to regain her consciousness to be sure. Before that, she could only relay information to us via her shared consciousness with Ruby.
Everyone, everything that has happened today is on a need-to-know basis. We cannot reveal Dr. Rubilia and Ruby's identities to the denizens of Meroria. Lyra, you and Dr. Clive must find a way to wake Dr. Rubilia up ASAP. In the meantime, the facility must remain secure. And about Ruby. Lynn, you'll be responsible for her. Please take care of her.
Yes, sir.
As for Innis, we still don't know what Rubilia was trying to say. But if she has really become a part of Abysson's hive consciousness, then she holds much information that is vital to us. I will have Innis's security level raised. Even though there is currently no gray space entity activity there, Meroria must still be prepared.
Is something bothering you, Shirley?
Miss Lynn has been filling me in on exactly what's going on with Dr. Rubilia these past few days. It looks like Miss Lyra and her colleagues might have found a way to rouse the doctor. Her neural activity is increasing every day. But we're all a bit worried about what form exactly our reunion will take when the good doctor wakes. These concerns have prompted Archon Larson to transfer the doctor to the Silver Coast Research Station. What do you think? Do you think Dr. Rubilia will be back to her old self? Or something other than human?
I don't think the process has stripped Dr. Rubilia of her human capacity for reason and thinking. Her actions seem to have a clear purpose. Like how she sent a message to Lynn using the puppet singer. Or how she made contact with Ruby in a dream to try to transmit a message to Miroria. And when she bravely ventured alone into the abyss, she also left us with invaluable visual records in her lab and along the way. I think she must have prepared for the possibility that those who might come after her, like us, would need guidance. She must know what she's doing.
Think of the sacrifices she's made to understand these gray space entities, and how horrible it must be to keep at arm's length, treated as something potentially dangerous and inhuman. I can't help feeling that we have not done right by her.
It's a tough situation, but when she made these decisions, she must have had an inkling of what might happen.
I just hope everything she's done will turn out worthwhile in the end.
Executor, Miss Shirley, apologies for the intrusion.
What is it, Lyra?
I just picked up a message from the Silver Coast Research Station. Dr. Rubilia has awoken and revealed some very important information for all of us. Lynn is already on her way there, and I wanted to ask you to come with me to help assess the situation.
Understood. We'll leave at once.
The doctor was only able to rouse herself briefly, which allowed for a short interaction with us. Then she returned to her isolation pod. She released some kind of black fog that has obscured all our attempts to observe what's going on inside the pod. Subsequent attempts at communication have met with no reply.
I see. And so what did she tell you?
She said that large numbers of gray space entities have been summoned by the Hive Mother and are heading for the deep ocean near Innis, where there are some things they are very interested in.
What's this Hive Mother? A gray space entity that's higher up the chain of command?
I'm afraid a definitive answer may require the doctor's input. Our main concern right now lies in Innis. The doctor has already warned us numerous times that the second city is in extreme danger. That is, if we are to trust her words. Archon Larson has already put patrols near Innis on high alert, but recently we haven't received any reports of a gray space entity intrusion, which is perhaps even more disconcerting than if we had. It's possible the gray space entities have found a way to cloak their arrival via an as-yet undetected method. My next question would be, what exactly is attracting them to the area? Director Ava, did Rubilia say anything more detailed in regard to Innis?
No, and I'm afraid she did not appear to be in the best state of mind. She claimed to be suffering under the effects of the Hive Mother's will, and that she was not able to interact much at all with us as a result. Moreover, she soon disappeared back into the black fog I mentioned. Stasis chamber data anomaly. Miss Lin, the doctor's...
I can hear you.
Rubilia.
But the Hive Mother can hear you too.
Where is the Hive Mother?
In my head, whatever I see, whatever I hear, she hears and sees. And I can't escape her, even in this pod.
She can sense your surroundings somehow? Using your eyes?
Any gray space entity can become the eyes and ears of the Hive Mother if she so chooses. Nor can I do anything to resist her will. I know that when she looks at me, she can see whatever I see. Right now, when the bulk of her attention is still focused on the Innis artifact under the sea, I can maybe conceal a little bit of what I'm thinking from her. But I'm not sure how long that will last.
What is this artifact under the sea that Innis possesses?
I don't know. I can't fully comprehend the will of the Hive Mother. All I know is she's calling me, and the call is getting stronger and stronger. She needs all of her millions of children to go and release her.
Release her?
The Hive Mother herself is currently imprisoned within a cage of black stone. But the power of the cage is gradually weakening. And when finally that cage is broken, the Hive Mother will reemerge fully into our world.
A cage of black stone? Could it be deep under the sea at Innis?
I can't get any kind of accurate sense of the Hive Mother's current location. Perhaps there is a pocket of abnormal space.
It's difficult to imagine what kind of person could have the power to cage the Hive Mother. But I suspect the Blackstone ruins left in the confounding abyss may be their handiwork as well.
I don't know much about that. I have no access to the minds of those powerful abyssins. But as for the inferior, younger gray space entities, they do not have the ancient memories of the Hive Mother, nor seek to continue her ancient grievances. I'm still trying to establish closer contact with them, and some kind of rapport. But I feel like the closer I get, the less human I become. I just don't know if I can. If I can.
Rubilia?
The stasis chamber's readout has returned to normal. Her consciousness is fading.
Listen carefully. She is keeping a close eye on me. I have to retreat back into the fog. She can use all my senses for her own purposes. Only the fog blocks her vision. Innis, you have to stop her.
If what the doctor just said is true, then I'm afraid the entire region may not be the friendly human habitat we imagined. I will inform Hykros headquarters of what has transpired here and request urgent reinforcements. We will have to prepare for the worst.
It doesn't look like the doctor is capable of many conversations in her present state, Archon Larson. But she must know even more than what she's...
Yes. We'll have to see whether we can minimize or cut off the Hive Mother's influence. It might help to stabilize her. Lyra, can I leave that to you? Dr. Clive will provide all the necessary resources.
Yes, sir.
For the time being, Dr. Rubilia will have to remain confined within her pod. We can't risk bringing her back to Meroria at this stage. Director Eva, an executor team led by Captain Merrill will help you shore up the research station's defenses.
Yes, sir.
As for Inners, Lynn, can you organize a team to investigate? And if necessary, we may need to stagger an evacuation of Inners' population to Meroria.
Understood.
Time is against us. I suggest using the long-range space rift located within the station to reach Innis directly.
And as for Rubilia, she's in your hands.
Don't worry, Miss Lynn. We'll look after her.
Very well. Executor, Shirley, let's go.
Attention, Executor of District 9. Please report to Regional Officer Gerard immediately. Attention, Executor of District 9. Please report to Regional Officer Gerard immediately.
Problems at Hykros again?
I really can't think of anything else that could be of help. I didn't notice anything abnormal when I tried it here yesterday.
Have you checked the usage reports in your personal database? Is it possible that the data may have been altered in some way?
No, I've checked it 3 times already. The problem didn't start with me. I'm sure of it.
What are you guys...
Mr. Rick was testing out a new simulacrum technique, but something went wrong and he ended up like this.
Did you find the cause?
We're still investigating. I've already reported the problem to Dr. Henry, so we should have a solution soon.
I just hope it's not too big of a problem. I won't be able to go anywhere like this without scaring everyone around me.
I take it you've seen the mess down there? We found the root of the problem. Someone used aberrant data to repackage the simulacrum unit labeled Prototype T04 in the database. As a result, when Rick selected the T04 unit, he unknowingly accessed aberrant data instead. After looking into the access history for the simulacrum database, I cross-referenced all high-level accounts with data modification privileges against the possible time at which the data was tampered with. The T04 unit is rarely accessed, and the last time was nearly 2 months ago. As such, it was fairly easy to identify the culprit. Her name is Samir. She is a Hykros executor. Despite her young age and relatively short career length, her abilities have proven to be outstanding, and she shows no small amount of promise. Unfortunately, despite her exceptional capabilities, her personality leaves much to be desired.
How bad is it?
As a young and eccentric prodigy, she is abnormally fond of causing all kinds of trouble, as well as pulling pranks that only she herself finds amusing. As a result, very few people are willing to deal with her, much less work with her. We lost contact with her about a month ago, and she has yet to report her whereabouts or actions to her superiors. The reason I asked you to come here today was to help me with this dilemma.
So where should I begin looking?
According to our current records, she tends to settle in a certain safe house on the ground. You can begin your search there. I'll send you the data of the safe house. As long as you get her to return the original data for Prototype T04, we won't hold her accountable for the problems her tampering has caused. I just hope this mess will be over soon.
Ding dong! Welcome to my cozy little home. Unfortunately, due to all the work I'm busy with, I don't have time to see any visitors right now. For future visits, please make an appointment in advance. See you some other day. Ahem. So, press 1 for weather inquiries, 2 for task assignment, 3 for scheduling your revenge, and 4 if you want to treat me to lunch. Bye. You know the rules. Cash first, then request. So bring out the earnest money. Ahem. So, press 1 for weather inquiries, 2 for task assignment. You know the rules. Cash first, then request. So bring out, just leave the package at the door.
Package?
Huh? Aren't you a Banja's delivery person?
No, I work for Hykros.
Huh? Who crows? Oh, I almost forgot about that. So what? You're the one they sent to find me in the end?
Dr. Joaquin would like you to return the original data for prototype T04.
Oh, so I'm supposed to hand it over just like that? What if I refuse?
Dr. Joaquin says that if you give it back, he can...
He can what? No what? I don't care, so bye-bye for now.
If I may ask, you came to see her too?
And you are?
My name is Huma. I'm an executor.
Dr. Joaquin asked me to find Samir and ask her to give back the original simulacrum data she had tampered with.
I know. After all, I saw your exchange with her just now. If you don't mind, let me try asking her.
Whoa! I can't believe someone was able to solve my impossible riddles. Leave your name, won't you?
Wow, how did you do that? Is there a secret sequence of buttons to press?
Not really, no.
Your name? What's your name?
My name is Huma.
Did something go wrong?
Your name? Say it louder.
My name is Flora.
Flora?
Come on, let's go inside. There's no one here. I knew it wouldn't be this easy.
Have we been pranked?
Possibly, but we can't just leave empty-handed. After all, she comes here fairly often, so maybe we can find some clues around here. Who knows? If you manage to find the data on prototype T04 here, you can go back even sooner.
When there's cheese, the mouse will walk into the trap. And I see your trap. How do you like that? Don't worry. If you can remove the timer, you can get out of this alive. But if you fail, well, at least you'll die together.
Tick tock, tick tock. It feels like time is slowing down.